Hello, everyone. Welcome to the trip. I'm here with Spencer. Spencer, how you doing?
Doing excellent. How you doing?
All right. I am Gary, or DWTT, or whatever you want to call me. And we'll say hi to a couple people, and we'll get into it. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll do a little chat real quick. So we all should be smiling, right?
I mean,
The player we weren't supposed to get is the player we're gonna get, and then there's either more players coming. So yes, it didn't happen in the order everybody wanted, but it looks like it's happening, and hopefully it all gets done before these guys take off on a trip this weekend. So I'm happy so far. I think we're gonna get hopefully we get all the way there, but I think we'll get almost there. How are you feeling?
feeling pretty good. It's a Monday, but I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Run of the mill, but
All right, and before we get into the chat, Tony does join us.
Yep.
How you doing, Tony?
Doing all right. Couldn't find my headphones.
Oh, all right. So everything's good though?
Yeah.
Cool. Now I was just saying how, yeah, we had good news over the weekend, and it was essentially not finalized, but confirmed, reconfirmed again today. But we'll get into each and every thing that's going on. But we'll say hi to everybody, and then we'll get going. Got Anders in the house. Welcome to the show, Anders. Anders, it's like Leeds are just going for. Everybody was talking about Arsenal going for the big, tall Giants, and it looks like Leeds is doing exactly that. I think all the three players they've got are 6'2" and up. The Geeks of Muckleby, welcome to the show. Got our, I believe is it. I'm going to say I believe it's Nick. We've got Steven here. Welcome. Says greetings, fellow humans. We've got John Leroux. Bane, yes, we'll get into that and then some. BX Gunners in the house. Welcome to the show, BX Gunners, and greetings all. Yes, we'll get into Eze. That's one of those things that are happening. Hopefully, quickly. Yes, BX going to keep them coming. Got Zanzi in the house. Welcome to the show, Zanzi. Evening, Gooners. You heard about Gucarez? Oh, Yacarez. I keep saying Gucarez, but it's Yacarez. So yeah, I've heard of the name.
Yak.
Yes. So I think it was Sunday. It sounded like it was going to happen. Yokeres was going to join. And today it was essentially reconfirmed. They're pretty much just finding out the finer details. And then he'll make the trip over here to do the physical and get that done.
It's always the final little bonuses that take up all the time.
Yeah.
The agent took half the money. Is I take. What about that?
The what?
The agent took half the fee he originally wanted.
Oh yeah. So I guess it sounds like the original holdup was the agent wanted his fee, and they said, nah, they don't want to pay it.
I really thought with COVID that would stop and all these super big contracts. Boy, it was Tony wrong.
Well, I just let me know that the agent has to get paid.
Yeah, but they usually get a set percentage of the salary, all earned income.
Why wouldn't they get some of the fee?
I'm sure they probably do, but
not if they get this part of the salary. They don't.
I think they get plenty of money without needing the sign on. I just think it's stupid. I do not like it.
I figured the agent is part of the deal handling the fee. And if they get part, like we know over here in the States, I mean, the only thing that happens is the player's salary is kind of how the agents get paid, a percentage of that, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying here. In
But
basketball,
there's,
you get part of the Nike deals and stuff like
there's
that.
no fees and there's no fees in the states. I don't think you don't see a lump sum of money switch hands between teams, whereas you do see that in football.
I'm sure they get it spread out throughout time, Gary.
Yeah.
That's why.
I just feel like if a team can say I'm going to sell you a player, but I need to get some of the money when you resell them, the agent is probably looking at that going, why can't I get a piece of this as well? Why I'm part of this? It's my player. You're talking to me, right? When the player is playing and the conversation comes up, who are they reaching out to? They're reaching out to the agent. Because the player has said, look, if you want to work with me, you're going to have to talk to my agent. And there's reasons behind that. So I get that. I'm happy that it goes through, but I just feel like the agent should be getting paid some of that fee as well. That's all.
They're making plenty of money, Gary.
Everybody's making plenty of money, but everybody wants more money.
And there's not one lump sum. If there was one lump sum, we want to have all these teams wait until the
there's three teams
July.
getting a piece of that fee right now. 3 teams are getting part of that fee. The agent's supposed to say, no, I don't need any of that. And that agent could have been with that player for the entire time.
Well, it's better than what could have happened, Gary. I'm not sure if you quite remember this. I know it's when we were doing them, but the teams, I don't remember what company it was, but it basically set up a dating app for football players. It said who's available, how much they're available for, who their agent is, and off to the races with that information.
No, I don't know about that app.
But
I'm not.
That's what they're calling it.
I might be speaking up for the agent, but I just feel like everybody's getting a piece of the pie. The player already took a pay cut. So in one breath, you got the player saying, "I'm going to take some money off of my salary," which supposedly the agent gets some of, and then the agent's supposed to say, "No, I don't need to get my fee either." So now the agent's getting hit twice. All right, because he gets maybe some of the salary, but now he gets less because the player took a deduction on their salary. So I don't know. That's just me. The agent's going to get his money from Gyökeres. I get that, but they were getting a fee at some point. I don't think Arsenal does that anymore, but that's kind of what happened there.
I don't see these agents as needing to get $20 million per player they sign. That's just a lot of money.
I don't know. Everybody's getting paid, all right? Everybody has a job to do. I don't know, Spencer, you're sitting really quiet there. You don't want to talk about the money. Is that what it is?
I'm just letting you guys have at it. It was just good back and forth.
No, I think an agent should get some of the fee.
Yeah,
that's all.
Obviously, I mean, we agree. I think you should. I mean, I'm kind of a capitalist at heart. People should be able to make money. They have to pay for their families.
Yeah,
and he's not going to represent Gyökeres. Sorry, I'll get it. He's not going to represent him for free and just do it out of the kindness of his heart, because there's a lot of people that would probably do that for him.
No, but everybody's going to get paid.
Yeah.
Even if it's your family member, you end up going to pay them. You're paying them anyways, right? And then that's like you want to go get the best agent, because the best agent will get you the best sponsorships and it gets you the most money, because they will fight for you to get the most money you can, and and to get to go to the team that you want to go to. Mm-hmm. So,
but they make money in advance, Gary, because
you are what is your problem with people making money?
No, they're making money before, because if say they come from Portugal or Brazil or whatever, you get the naming and likeness rights, and then with UK, I don't think you get any of that.
I don't know who you're fighting for or fighting against in this conversation.
I have no idea.
the agent should get a piece of the pie. Is essentially anything that the player gets, the agent should get a piece of. 'Cause
No,
they're the reason. The agent is the one that's supposedly working on the deal.
All
Whatever.
agencies have different fees. Some will take a percentage monthly, some will take a percentage on. It's all that stuff's worked out.
Yeah.
So there's no cut and dry.
Like a player who gets say 250 mil in a year with all their sponsorship and stuff, the agent usually has a lot to do with that. Whoa!
That's what I'm saying. That they should get that part.
Cats are fighting in the background there. You see it here, folks. The cats are fighting.
It's okay. They'll be fine.
Yeah. No, like I said, I guess I'm happy that we got the thing done. I find it, Berta sounds like he doesn't. The reason why our former number 6 isn't here supposedly is one reason is because we don't pay agent fees, and that's the reason why we got that former number 6 in the first place. But I just find it. I can't sit here and say, you know what, the agent shouldn't be trying to get all the money he can for everything that he's touched, right? So Berta has laid some sack down. He said, this is how I'm going to work. You want to work with us? I think the key thing is that once you get the player saying yes, that's all you need. It's like over here in the States when the kid's recruited to a school. The first thing they tell you is what? What do they tell you, Spencer? If you want to get the kid to go to your school, what do they say?
It's going to cost X at this point.
No, not well. Okay, before it was going to cost X.
It's always going to cost X.
But before that, what would they say?
It's going to cost X.
No, they would say sell it to the mom. That's what they would say.
Oh, yeah.
They would say if you can get the mom on your side, the son will come as well.
Yeah.
All right? That's what they would say. And basically, once you get a player to say, I want to come, then the agent's got to make it work because that's who they work for.
Or if you're Oklahoma, your mom needs a new house. There's a double wide trailer delivered the same fucking day.
No, like I said, but you gotta find the person that's gonna get the deal closed. And in football, it's the player. Once the player says, "I want to go there," and it's known.
Yeah.
After that, then you shouldn't even bother trying to haggle anymore. Just get the deal done. All right. When the player is like, I'm not sold on one or the other.
I mean, well, it's all about once the selling club, once the player did what he did, where he just stopped showing up, they lost all bargaining. That really kind of killed their whole bargain chips about everything because he just was done.
Yeah.
So, the transfer world is very tedious.
Yeah.
The problem I see again, we've talked about this constantly, the whole rumor mill and the lack of honesty or the lack of just knowledge of everything and just kind of, attention spans and trying to get people to follow your Twitter feeds. And, we can pick up the random Twitter clause, but I mean, they're getting the deal done. Whether it's 63 or 67, none of us truly care.
No, we don't care. But guess what? The deal wasn't going to close unless that $5 million was taken off. So the was squabbling, as Zanzi says here, it was squabbling over $5 million, but the deal wasn't going to happen with that $5 million in there. So obviously, it meant a lot more than just it's $5 million. You know what I mean? It basically was a stumbling block. Yeah. As big or small as it was,
they still got what they wanted out of Arsenal. Did
Arsenal got what they wanted for sure? Yeah,
because I'm not. If I'm mistaken, Sporting the rumor was they wanted 80, and I think it's going to be in 73 or something.
Yeah, they wanted. My understanding is
there was at one point they were saying
they wanted to live back and forth, and they didn't get the back and forth once the player said, "You know what? I want to go there." Same thing with Worth, right? Once Worth said, "You know what? I know I've got all these other teams looking at me, but you know what? I'm going to go to Liverpool." So then, you're not going to get anybody else to communicate with you on, you know what? I can give you more money. It didn't really matter at that point. So.
Yeah. And the fact that he's just I'm not training. I'm not going to do anything.
Yep.
I want to go to Arsenal.
Yeah. Well, it's not just that, right? It wasn't just about the deal. It was a little bit of, as people said, a a gentleman's agreement with former employees of Sporting, which aren't there now. So you know what?
Which said was never there. The president said was never
Well,
there.
the president doesn't want. My understanding is he doesn't want to just uphold it even if it was true.
Yeah.
So it didn't really matter if it was true or not. He wasn't going to uphold it because he wasn't there. He said so. But the player thinks it is, and supposedly there's communications that say it was. Maybe not contractual, but maybe texting or something. But regardless, we got our player, and craziness happened right before that. Gyökeres for 62 mil, and a fringe player in Madueke for 52. Chelsea took Arsenal to the cleaners. It seems yet again.
Well, just remember this. When it's a good deal, it's Berta doing it. When it's a bad deal, it's allegedly Arteta doing it. So I don't know who did it.
In my eyes, it's an Arsenal bad deal.
Correct.
I know people want to pick one person over the other, but everybody supposedly has a little say in this.
Yep.
Like if Arteta wanted to put his foot down and say, no, I don't want Gyökeres, get me Šeško, then they probably wouldn't have got either one of these two players. They probably would have had their look at a third. At some point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and Ollie's still a player we can get. But, yeah, no, I think out of spite, I wouldn't want to help Chelsea.
Yeah.
That's me. I think they're just as good players out there that don't play for Chelsea that could answer any questions we have in terms of, fixing the holes that we got. So I think they went with the easy choice and for some reason they don't haggle with Chelsea at all. You never see it back and forth. When's the last time you've seen them go back and forth with a Chelsea deal?
I don't know.
No, yeah, you don't know because it doesn't happen. Everybody else, it has to. Mascara is coming in. They had to haggle for that. All right?
We got a good deal on that one now.
No, but you still had to haggle on it. It wasn't like all of a sudden we want this player. Next thing you know, here's the deal. Boom, done. All right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So
I think it was probably William because I kind of struggled over all those bonuses and stuff.
Probably. Got Rosie in the house. Welcome to the show, Rosie. Yeah. Misfit, they can see Arteta. Yeah, no, I mean, they see Arsenal coming. You can't keep blaming Arteta. He's not the one signing the check.
No, Gary. But again, when things go wrong with this club, we blame Arteta.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
Arteta is not signing that check. There's somebody signing that check, and you blame them. So once again, you need to go up the chain. Yeah,
that's the problem we keep doing here. We keep blaming Arteta for everything that goes wrong instead of blaming the club for everything.
Yeah.
It's the easy button. Oh, thinks we are not good enough. It's Arteta's fault.
Yeah,
it's the club.
Yeah, no, definitely it's the club. We're gonna have to. I mean, I want to pick.
The ownership.
There's more than enough problems with Arteta on the pitch, but then how much a players cost us and which players we get from that team.
None of this is new on blaming the ownership or blaming the manager. You want Wenger out.
Mm-hmm.
Emery out. You want Arteta out, you don't get him out. But it's just the same cycle. And they want a figurehead, which should be McConaughey's, which I've always went that direction because I think if you supported these managers and gave them what they needed, they can succeed. Because you see it very easily with Emery just across the road at Villa.
Yeah. No, I hear that. Yeah. No, I've. Stephen says I always wondered how many players have been screwed over by their agents over the years. I think
probably a lot.
I think a decent amount. Some you hear it when they get a new agent. Sometimes that's just because they didn't like the last one. And other times they just the player is that good that they just go ahead and just continue to play. But they've gotten screwed over in the sense that they maybe lost an opportunity, to play for either a better team or get paid more money. So
I mean, the majority of us would do the right thing by the player, but that doesn't mean
yeah,
the guy in a suit has your best interest in at heart. Just, you know,
sure.
it's kind of how
You
it
should
goes.
you should be able to say no to your agent.
Yeah, that should 100% be something that should be allowed. Say no to the agent.
And that's what was bad during
Gary is frozen.
the end of. Gary just slightly popped there.
It's interesting freezing. I wonder if we should snip this. Let me see if I can get a snippet of this. I'm gonna make a picture of this. Give me 1 second. I got this.
We can all wave at Gary and see what Gary does.
Oh, so good. And we're all frozen.
Hi, Gary.
Yep, Gary's got it. I've got an interesting face. You're waving. This is good. This will make it into the Twitter. But anyway, hello Alonzo. Hello. Let's see who else. Sanzi's joining us. I don't think I can't put comments up. So,
we do not have the power.
Hello Anthony Heber for joining us. Director John, obviously. Go ahead. What did you say, Tony? I'm sorry.
I said I don't think either of us has the controls. It's scary, and Gary took a plane down and jumped out with the parachute.
Gary's internet has failed him. So anyway, so what do you want to talk about, Tony? We could figure. So we talk about Yorkerez. Is Eze the next one?
Yeah, I think he'll be the next one.
I would like to get him for sure.
Even though there's kind of the same little financial roadblocks.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm counting my numbers properly here, we spent 65 on Zubamendi. All right, well, let's do the math. 65 on Zubamendi, 63 on Yorkerez. What's that equal? 65, 62-ish. Madueke is 52. No guard was what? 10 plus 5.
Yeah.
Kappa's 5. And then the kid from I think Masquera. I think he was about 17. So Arsenal spent 211 million euros. So how do you get the Eze deal over the line with an extra 60?
Well,
Someone has to go.
You made one of them is gonna be Persard. He's got a lot more game time. I look, Gary's back. We can't hear Gary.
Yeah. Had a little blip here. It's been storming over here.
I have a wicked picture of you frozen. I'll send you.
Yes. I was sitting here, all of a sudden everything just went blank, and then I'm like, what happened? A little blip.
Gary, you're cutting in and out. What's going on there?
Yeah, no, we got flood warnings over here, and so it's been raining, and so we've been having the power go off and on every so often. So there you go. All right.
Is this going to turn into a survival show?
I don't know. We might see. Supposedly there is a flood warnings until like 9:30. So
I think people are unhappy.
Let me go through this chat because I'm going to try to answer as many of these as I can. Got John in the house. Thanks for joining us, John. Sorry about my my internet just went. It was weird as it went dead, but it came back pretty quickly. So I'm glad that you didn't lose me for too long. Spencer's kid's just showing off. All right. Yeah, the cat's fighting. All right. Everybody's talking about how things are going. Cool. Got Anthony Herbert in the house. Welcome to the show, Anthony. Thanks for joining us. Oh, no. Yeah. Arsenal is still new to spending big in the market. Glad we're finally flexing some muscle. Oh, look who joined us. Didn't even ask to come in. He's just running things. He's outside. Oh, is he can we hear him? What happened?
Can you hear me?
Can hear you. I don't know. We just lost Tony. I don't know if you scared Tony.
Nothing to do with that. No, I'm nowhere near skilled enough because I'm using the StreamYard on my phone.
All right.
Hello, everyone. I was having trouble sleeping, so I thought I'll try and listen in to the trip. And that might help me go to sleep.
All right. Well, yeah. We'll talk a lot about Arsenal, and that probably gets you to bed really quick.
Hopefully.
Gary was yelling at me, so well, it's not too long.
Yeah.
He does that. He really does that. He's
Yeah.
a fucker, that Gary.
I don't know if this says punch Gary or peach Gary. I don't know.
I think you meant preach.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm just saying
Like,
what I got to say. Man. Yeah. You're over your 2-minute monthly limit of Arsenal talk. John's in the background, but all I see is just like some blur, so I don't know. All right. You guys are just going back and forth, not saying. Oh, we've got Lonzo in the house. Welcome to the show. It's Arsenal's vice chair, Tim Lewis, who checks off the checks for Arsenal. So if he's not happy to spend an extra $5 million or so for a player, we won't get him. Yeah. And that might be Berter as well, saying, you know what, I don't like dealing with what you call it, dealing with agents. So we'll see. But yeah, no, somebody's writing the check. So, so far I don't know what you guys. I forgot what were you guys chatting about while I was gone.
We were chatting about what we could talk about, and we were. Well, Spencer was welcoming everybody to the chat.
I did say hello to everybody, and then I did a quick calculation of how much money's been spent.
Oh, okay. And what are we up to now?
I think it's 211. I don't know if that's euros or pounds. I think it's more likely euros.
Yeah, I think that sounds like euros.
That's. I don't know where you get the Eze money from without sending someone packing.
Well, supposedly we had anywhere from 200 to 300 without selling a player. Because of the PSR.
This past season, it was 195,000 for finishing second. It was 110 million Champions League.
Yeah.
And a year before,
So
95 million in Champions League. So
yeah.
And that doesn't include players we've sold that never have played for Arsenal, always beyond the youth setup.
Yeah, I think we had we have enough money, I think, to do all the business up to Eze, and then after that, then we need to start selling. So if you're adding your Eze's in your 200 or so, is that right, Spencer?
No, Eze would put you at about 270.
Yeah, and I think we can do that without changing, by having players.
Rodrigo's not happening.
No. That's why you have to sell players, and we have a number of players that we can sell.
Trevor Martinelli for 18 million off the Saudi land.
Yeah,
Rivera, you've got Nelson.
You could probably do that. I mean, there's people like you could obviously. I don't know what Reece Nelson's going to net you. Probably 10, if you're lucky. You still have Sambi Lokonga you can sell. That's probably another 10 to 15. Zinchenko's probably going to be 10 because he's where he's at in his contract and age, right? Trossard, you could get 24 maybe to the right buyer. But you don't want to sell all these guys, right? Like, I don't – if you're selling people for money, like, I get it, but, like –
Well, why are you keeping them? You're not going to play them.
Well, no, well, here's the thing. I still think you can play a Kivior. I still think you can play a Trossard. Sure, you could send on a Sambi. Sure, you could send on a Reece Nelson.
If you got him a Dweke, if you got an Eze, right?
You've got an Nweri too.
You got an Nweri.
Well, one of the two have to go. Trossard and Martinelli, I think.
So one of them has to go, but both of them can go. Because I think you've got the numbers there. In a sense, you've got two players at every position on that front line now. Yeah. Without them.
If you can get 60 to 70 for Martinelli, he's the first one out.
I don't know if we can get that high unless it's Saudi. But what is up, Mr. Tom? What you going to say?
No, wait, Anthony I can't see the comments unless they're coming up on the screen. So I was just.
Oh, all right. I forgot that feature. It's going to be on there now in a little bit. So as we get to it.
No, I mean,
All right.
on the StreamYard on my phone, it's just hard to see it. So
Okay.
it's just helpful.
Yep, I'm back. All right. So that little blip me gone kind of slowed down the show a little bit. Tom, I've been working all day like a dog to make up for the time I lost when I took off when my daughter was ill. How is Leeds transfer window going, and are you happy with what they're doing?
It's far too early to answer that. I don't want to give a non-answer, but it's very much a work in progress, and we're in the progress part of it. We've got 4 players in. I couldn't tell you what any of them have ever done.
But you have to look up to all of it. But you have to look up to all of them.
Well, yeah, literally, that's true, probably, because Leeds have got a new transfer policy of buying giants. So
There you go.
helpful.
That was just Gary calling you the wee man, like you like to
Yeah.
do.
We've got Mark in the house. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. Rosie,
That's
thanks
what he
for
does.
putting out the links. Yes. Zanzi, after 20 years of drift, I think I see land, or is it my delusion getting the best of me again? Oh, BX, you're never going to be happy, dude. This is considered progress. I know nobody likes that word, but it is. It's the only way this thing works. Got to get better every year.
Nobody likes going to the gym, Gary. They want to come out with a 6-pack.
Yeah.
Day one. And Doritos.
Yeah. Yes. If you haven't already, sub to John. Yeah. No, I like to get better just a little bit every game, and in this case, every window. And this window, I think we've done pretty well getting better. I know a lot of people say we're replacing pieces, but we're replacing some old pieces with some young pieces. So
Yeah.
I kind of feel like if that's the case, then I think it's better. They'll be around for a little bit longer. Got Chris Nix in the house. Thanks for joining us. You've got Tiger and Good in the house. Thanks for joining us. Boy 10 Dio's in here with us. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Chris.
All right. So I think I caught up to all the chat, and they're showing on there so everybody can see it. All right. So we did have a little talk about agents, but that was probably me just wanting to fight, I guess. Fight Tony.
Yeah.
But we should have a striker, hopefully, before we jump on a plane in, 5 days? Jokeres should be joining. Just wait for him to fly over get the word that he can fly over and get his medical, and then that's all sorted. But before that, you've got Mwadueke, who I think today just did all of his medicals, so he's going to be a player for Arsenal. And Mosquera, I believe, is just waiting for the call to come over also and fly over and get his medical sorted. So we'll have at least 2 new players on that plane, 2 newer players on that plane. Yeah, I think I've said this multiple times. I don't know if you guys have anything more to say, but Mwadueke, my only concern was just is his fee going to affect us to get other players? I don't feel we need to spend 47 guaranteed on a player that's a backup. So yeah.
The rules don't apply to Arsenal because you can spend whatever you want.
That's not true.
It's absolutely true because none of the big 6 ever get done financial transactions, so you'll be fine.
Well, I hope. Yeah, I don't think we're going to do that. One.
We just got a warning like a year and a half ago.
I don't think. Yeah, I think Arsenal would get punished if they broke the rules. As much as you say all the big boys don't, I think Arsenal would be the one time where you would say, damn it, you shouldn't have spent all that extra money. And that's what everybody would say. Shouldn't have done the thing you're not allowed to do. Right? So it's the way it usually works for us. Yeah, land equals a destination. So there you go. Maybe that's where we want to be. Tony?
Yes.
Mascara.
It goes on your face. Do you know the origin of mascara?
You're a funny guy.
His sister, he took his sister's wet, it was like charcoal and put it under her eye.
Oh,
And
this
that's
gone.
mascara.
This is gone. You're trying to be funny. I don't want to be funny. I want to talk football.
I'm being
You don't want to
truthful.
talk football. All right. So that's your nonsense. All right. So Mr. Tom,
My nonsense was actually how you acquired Tom, but that's a different story.
Mascara, how you feel about him?
I imagine he runs a lot when he gets wet.
And there you go, folks. That has been our technical analysis on Mascara. My mine will be a little bit more technical, but yeah, no, I mean, it sounds like he could be the future, or is it the right center back for us? If I got that right, left center back for us behind Gabrielle. That's my
All right.
The
understanding.
important thing is not the winning; it's the friends you make along the way.
Why do we need more center back?
We need depth, and you can't tell me the depth is. Guess what? You play fullback and you play center back. That's not good. That's not proper depth. We know that.
But why does Ben White need to play both? I mean, that's
No, that was the problem, and that's why. Remember when he was playing both, and both him and Tamiyasu got injured, and we said we needed to have at least two players for every position, and we didn't have two because Ben White can play. He could start at right back, but he also could back up a center back position. And then Tamiyasu got hurt, and we're like, all right, but then he got hurt, and we're like, oh wow, no, we need to have at least two players at every position, not one who can cover multiple positions and start.
I've got an idea.
You what?
I've got an idea.
You've got an idea? What's
Right,
that?
so I didn't mean to interrupt you, but Beart's going to ask the great question of who can we ship to Leeds, and I've got a great idea for that.
You can have Nelson.
No, basically, you take Ben White, you put him in a cannon, and you shoot him.
All right, you're not getting him. Anyway, so
You really want Ben White?
No, I absolutely do not want Ben White. I'd want you to put him in a cannon and fire him
He's really
out
good.
of the cannon.
he's better than what you got on your team.
Yeah.
Way
Not
better.
so. Not. I have no idea if that's actually true.
That
But
is
okay.
true. That is true.
Have you ever seen a man shot out of a cannon, Tom?
Yeah.
I have once.
Yeah. I like avocados. I didn't used to like avocados, but I like avocados. I don't know what you guys are talking about. They are tasty.
I just don't like the texture and stuff on it.
I like the texture. I can get that. I like it though. All right. I think I've caught up again. You guys didn't want to talk about Mascara. You don't want to talk about
I've never seen him kick a ball, so I can't talk about him.
You don't what?
So if Mascara comes in, that probably means the end for Kivior, right? Maybe not.
Yeah, Carrio is another player we can sell because I think he wants more playing time, and I think he might deserve it.
What if I was to argue that you should hold on to Kivior because you might see Saliba get sold, and Kivior showed that he's a valid.
That's what Mascara is supposed to. Supposed to be that.
But we already know. We have a clear picture of what works, Gary. And that's TVR. We have unknowns.
But Mascara supposedly is our safety valve if
So supposedly
Saliba supposedly will be signing a new contract. So we might be off for not this theory that we have that he's going to leave.
I'm saying if Saliba, if you got to sell Saliba, I want to keep Kivior.
Yeah, but if you're not, then you assume they'll sell Kivior, right?
Well, here's the other thing too, and someone just said it in the comments. You let go of Tamiyasu. Who's your center backs? Obviously Timber can play center back, right, in a pinch.
Calafiori, Timber,
Yes,
White, right? They can all play center back, right?
So is your argument?
The center backs that we have, right? Saliba, Gabrielle, right? Kiwior. Now, I think if he stays, Mascara, right? That's 4, right? You got coverage there, and then you have, like I said, if you had to use a fullback, you could.
Is this episode sponsored by Maybelline?
Did you say this episode is sponsored by Maybelline?
That's what he
Yeah.
said. You're not getting paid for that, so don't bring up anybody's name.
We seen it yesterday on the wrestling.
What does that have to do with today?
You're talking about makeup, Gary.
Well, as Gary's agent, I did not argue any deals with Maybelline, so the answer to that is no.
Yeah, so you can't bring them up. All right.
And it's because I didn't get my fee.
There you go. See, they didn't get cut. I took a pay cut.
See?
So I can get the deal.
I'm the bad guy here.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. No, we've got at least what? We've got three right now. We've got 3 fullbacks, legitimate fullbacks, right? We've got 4 center backs now, with Christian Mosquera coming in. All right.
Are you counting Zinchenko as one of your left backs?
I'm not counting. No, I'm not counting him right now because I
kind of have to. He's still technically here.
Yeah, I know, but like for me, he
Right.
will be like a last resort to play right now.
Tom was the big Zinchenko fan. Sure.
Yeah, who wants you need a
left back.
left back.
Send him up
You
to
got
the
a left back, and you can move to this midfield if you need that.
I'd just put him in central midfield like he's supposed to be. But
Well, there you go. So then you'll take him. Thanks.
He's not wrong though.
No, I think every Arsenal fan wanted to see him there, except for the man in charge.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they were showing the highlights of that one shot that he took from just outside the box, and you're like, yeah, that's what we should get sometimes from that position. You guys are talking about makeup and food. All right. Let's just say Tomiyasu has.
What you get when you sign someone named Mosquera, you get discussions about makeup.
Maybe I'm saying his name wrong.
Probably.
No, it's not your fault, Gary. It's just naturally what's going to happen when you sign someone with that name.
Yeah.
You might as well have signed someone named Burger.
True.
That Tom would be chasing him around.
Yeah. See, Mosquera can play multiple positions on that back line. So you got cover there, and especially if he's not starting, right? You've got cover on multiple positions. So both center back positions and a left back. So I mean, like I said, we've got keeping Zinchenko isn't required.
No.
Right. And I think Hato is a player that they're also looking at bringing in. And I forget where he plays now.
Ajax.
No. I mean, what position does he play at?
Don't worry, Gary.
He plays at Ajax.
You
guys are so funny. This is how this thing's gonna go. He plays center back as well. So I mean, I think Arsenal is setting himself up for whatever's gonna happen. He plays on the left side. So also, I don't know if we're going to bring in. Well, he plays left back and center back. So there you go. So
we have like 10 of those players. Gary.
Yeah, but we know we need that, right?
Yeah,
we know we need that. Last year, the only reason why we survived is because we had so many left backs and fullbacks. Sorry, center backs and fullbacks. We just rotated them all around, and we survived defensively. We need the same thing on our attacking side. So yeah. Bronzer and great. What? I don't know what that means. If Gittins is toothless against us, he will become Jamie Bunoy Kittens. All right. But Tony left. Everybody's left. What's going on? You show up.
I told you I was only 15 foot away, Gary.
I didn't hear that. I don't.
And Spencer made this change for me. Because guess what? I'm a fucking hamburger now. Yay!
You're the hamburger now. All right. Well, I know. Yeah, the one player that I think, at least for me, that I think will answer a lot of questions is that deal is done. I know Arsenal is working on that, getting that deal done. Hopefully before the tour, but if not, definitely they still want to get it done. Thoughts on Eze, Tony?
I mentioned Eze. The rest of the chat had a love fest last week.
Okay, no, okay. I don't care what happened last week. Can you? I'm asking you a question today. Talk to me today about Eze, because he's positive. He's definitely a player on the list, and they're working on getting that deal done.
I'm in witness protection.
They should have got him last year or the year before.
Oh my gosh, hey, dude.
He's somebody we needed.
Yeah, but we're getting him now. Maybe he wasn't available last time.
Eze answers questions, in my opinion, or at least is another tool that can answer questions for you. He can bring shooting outside the box. He gives competition on your left wing. He gives competition to your 10 or Odegaard. I'm excited for him. I'm looking forward to him coming, especially if we can get him over the line. It's a Premier League proven player, which you guys know. I love that. I would have done whatever I could to get. I would have been happy. And I don't hate the Madueke deal, but I wish they'd prioritize the Eze deal over that.
I'm with you on that one.
I would say the thing. Say the thing. Say the thing. I know you will. You're dying to say it. Say it. Say it.
I don't know.
Wally Watkins.
Yes. Oh man, you should have sent me a text on that one.
No,
he's another guy we need to bring in. If we're looking at transforming this whole team, Wally pegs the needle on that one for sure.
There you go.
And he comes at a handsome fee of probably about 40 million euros.
Yeah. That might be a backup plan later on. All right. Got BBK Sports in the house. He says Eze moves the needle for us. I think we bring him in. I think we look really solid in the attack. Nobody's concerned about Madueke being our left wing at that point.
I'm not concerned at all.
Yeah, we don't care if you're concerned.
I
just remember in game 2 when Eze is the one scoring on you and you hate football because of it. It's that's what. Remember that.
All over
I like your optimism, Gary, because not only are you declaring victory over my team, which is a very fair thing to do and will probably happen, but you're doing it assuming you're going to have the players in line to actually do what you say, because we all know that you make your business on September 1st.
Oh,
not August.
We don't have essentially 4 players in the house, one on the way and another one being worked.
Oh no, you should beat my team with what you've currently got, regardless.
Oh.
But you're talking like, oh, we're gonna have Eze, we're gonna have this, we're gonna have that, and it's like, dude, your team will still be getting put together on August the 31st.
And that will be because we're probably worst case, and that's because we're trying to get Rodrigo. That's why that would get pushed out that far.
And also, don't forget the short transfer, because you've already had this stupid cup.
Because what?
You've had this stupid cup. Now you're only to have like 10 days for friendlies. Then you start your season. So nobody's going to be in full shape to go. It's not going to be smooth sailing for there.
Rodrigo just was playing. What are you not? You're gonna give him rest. All these players that just played in the Club World Cup, you have to give them rest, regardless of whatever, right? All these teams that are playing have to go through the same thing. But are we expecting Chelsea not to be ready to play when it's game time? Are we expecting City, who has played in the Club World Cup, not to be ready? Real Madrid, all these teams, PSG, they're all going through it, so they're going to have to be ready. So I hear what you're saying, but I think teams are going to have to deal with it. That's why you need depth, right? You bring in new players, or the players that didn't play much get to start. So yeah, no, I think Eze coming in would be perfect for us.
I think you should address Andy Herbert's comment at 20 minutes past the hour, because I think it's a wonderful comment.
I'll get to that in a little bit, because I know it's just nonsense. We got Zubimendi. I will be honest, I am somewhat indifferent to what comes in after him. Zubimendi is going to be excellent. Yeah, right now we've got Gyökeres and we possibly have Eze coming in. I think those are 2 good players to come in after Zubimendi in terms of that will start for us probably immediately. Right? That's what we needed. We needed at least 3 starters coming in, and that would be 3 right there.
Yeah, Eze definitely, Yorkas, Yokeres, and
I know we're looking for
Mende.
another left wing, so it might be Rodrigo, but there's other options out there as well. So,
I think the outgoings are going to be what's going to shock people. I think.
or there be what outgoings would shock them outside of Saliba, because that's the only one I can think of that would possibly.
I think Martinelli would shock some people in the fan base. I know most people probably see it's a reality, but there are people that probably don't see it as happening.
Yeah, I wouldn't bat an eye if they decided to let him go. Yeah,
You gotta balance the books somehow.
yeah, got to balance the books, and we need a different. We need to go in a different direction.
Yeah, I don't see Rodrigo happening at all.
Yeah,
at all.
Watkins, his last day of the transfer, possibly. We get him on loan. We'll take that, right? Everybody saying hello to everybody. Gary wants Firpo. I do not. Nobody wants Firpo, and according to Mr. Tom, Firpo is a Real Betis. Is that right?
That's probably where he's going to end up signing. Yeah,
okay. So,
allegedly. I mean, I'm not in the know on these things, but I do know Firpo. So
yeah.
obviously.
Yeah. Everybody say we're not getting Rodrigo, but I'm saying we need to get a left wing, and he would be one that we possibly could get. So, yeah. I don't know who we sell. We definitely need to sell anyways. And I don't know. Yeah. You know what? I don't. I can't believe I put that up on my show.
So if you put Eze on the left, you said left midfielder. Why can't you just push him up and have him as left?
If we don't get, like, for example, Rodrigo or another left wing, then he's starting at left wing.
Yeah, but you don't seem
That's the only place he's going to start right now.
You don't seem to like that idea, Gary.
I never said that. I actually said he's going to start right now. But if we were to get a Rodrigo, then possibly he might not start.
Did you do a shopping list at the start of the transfer window, Gary?
No.
Of the 900 players you want Arsenal to buy?
No.
Maybe that's an idea for content. You should do that.
No, there's no reason to. No more than enough players come up.
You should cross them off one by one and go, if we don't get him, we don't get him, I'll tear out.
The media gives us enough information. I don't need to do that. And the way Berto works, he does it as well. So no, I'm not gonna even try to have this back and forth with you. I don't need to do that.
I'm not trying to have a back and forth. I'm just making suggestions.
I don't like it. I ain't doing it.
I genuinely think you should consider it, because it'd be great if you could sit in your car and do your thing where you're like, Gary's 5 keys to victory sort of thing that you used to do, and it was very good, and I was like the only person on earth that actually watched it, but it was great. I loved it.
Nobody's watching me list out players. I'm not. I don't know the ins and outs of every player, so that wouldn't be a good show.
You could do like player bingo, the same player.
Yeah.
Every year.
These are the shirt numbers for possibly, I believe, that we're talking about. Anybody okay with Gyökeres getting the 14?
It's cursed.
Huh?
It's cursed.
Maybe Gyökeres will break the curse.
Maybe I'll break his leg instead.
All right. Well, we don't want to go there, but that's where your head went. As a number 10, is that all right? Nobody? I saw a nod from Spencer.
I'm the one that put the comment in there. So.
I'll be back in a minute.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit. How many bingo cards has Gary activated, Mr. Tom? You know what? I'm not good at these bingo cards, but yes, Mr. Tom definitely has probably activated some. And Boy 10 Dio says, I'll be frank, we needed Sesko. I always think the campaign is over, but Gyökeres is great red meat. You know what?
It's never over.
Either one of those players would have worked for us.
I can't hear Gary again.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me, Spencer?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
So something's wrong with your side, Tony. I think the people can hear me. Yeah, I would have been okay with either Sesko or Gyökeres. And it sounds like for the money Gyökeres is the better price. I mean, we're talking almost like 20 mil more for Shesko.
Zesko has like the high ceiling, but he also has I'm not developed yet.
Yeah, so you got to wait for all
Yeah.
that money you put in to come due.
You gotta wait 10 years with him.
All right, and
I-
Anthony
I-
Herbert
I-
says I'm muted, so you guys can't hear me.
I can hear you. I don't know why they can't. I literally,
There-
unless
there-
I can
there-
hear you because it's on StreamYard.
it's
Yeah, no,
fine.
I just listened to the stream and I can hear it myself. So you're either playing jokes or your service is wrong there, Anthony.
Which
Yeah.
Anthony? This Anthony or that Anthony?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it should be easy. We'll take the guy who scored almost 100 goals. Even if he scored half of that, we'll be okay. As
Yeah.
opposed to the player that scored 30. And it will be a tougher league for him, so we're not expecting him to get 30 in the 2 years.
Yeah.
Based on if we're going to say that it's that difficult. Yeah, Boy 10 can hear me, so Anthony's just your side. But no, like I said, Gyökeres is probably was the player I wanted. Spencer, who did you want?
I've always wanted Ollie Watkins,
All right.
but I was good with either or. I mean, I didn't expect the Eze thing. So for me, in a perfect world, you could have bought Sesko and Ollie Watkins and had Watkins go now and Sesko kind of play in the background and then eventually take over. That was my thought process on that. I didn't think about the left wing position really that much at all. I thought really you could kind of get away with getting two strikers and you could kind of move things around, maybe pushing Weary out left. That was what I thought my thought process was.
Yeah. No,
And everybody knows I'm still a Havertz guy. I still like him.
Yeah.
I still think he has a role to play on the team. I just think you need a guy that could go in and game out.
we need
Yeah.
we need a legit
Mitch
left
asked
wing
you
now.
this during the last couple of weeks, Spencer. But,
You what?
But what do you think of Arteta wanting to put him back in the midfield again?
I'm okay with it. I think so. To me, the issue with the midfield was
Can't hear you.
Sure.
Hold on.
so. My issue with the midfield during that time was Partey at right back, and I think that caused more liabilities than anything else. We saw that even when Havertz was up top and Partey played in the right back. Look how bad the record was last year.
Yep.
So I guess
we lost all but one game that Partey played as a right back.
I blame the midfield failed experiment on the Partey at right back issue.
Yeah.
Like the invisible man now.
Well, one, he weakens as the game goes along, and the worst place to be weakened is on the back line when, guess what? There's nobody else but the goalkeeper, and we paid for it. So I felt like Arteta did not learn.
You could have played Partey at right back. However, the only way you could have done it is he's not inverting at all. He's standing flat back with the other two. That's the only way that works.
Yeah.
But when you start doing, I need you to run all over the field and then track back quickly, Partey's not built for that. And
Yeah,
that's where I think it failed.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one.
But to me, it's like Timber's the only person that either listens or don't listen to Arteta and actually just sits there and plays sound defense.
One player, you think all of the 11 players, people don't listen? Nobody listens to what Arteta is saying? Some of them don't? Is that what you think?
I think you almost have to not.
I think the better way to put it, Tony, is that Timber had better situational awareness to where he was in the field than most players do when they're doing the role he's asked to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but to me, it's like clockwork. He stops right before that halfway line.
And Timber played on what side of the pitch?
It doesn't matter if he played on the right or left.
Timbers played left and right.
Which was our weaker side.
Left.
Our weakest side was our weakest side on our attack, right? He played on the right side.
He played both there.
Oh.
Probably even.
Oh, right. The song wants to get involved. What does the Crow of Judgment say about our left side?
Come on, motherfucker.
All right, I got a question in here, but I'm going to go do a chat roll. Go through the chat real quick. There won't be a later time to get Shesko. I don't think it's Pake on what level he's going to reach. I am expecting him to be better than Isak in 3 seasons time at most. Bane will be on him sooner. I don't think paying 90 for him before he even gets close to Isak is worth it. I think that's a lot of money. You're just paying for potential that nobody can guarantee. You're going to pay 90, you might as well go and, pay a little bit more and get somebody else. I think at this point in time. Yeah, when he's worth the 100 plus, people probably won't go for him anymore because it'll be worth even more. So I don't see that happening.
Well, I can tell you what Mr. Tom's dream is that Leeds has a great season and then Sesko gets sold to Leeds.
For like £5.
And then Leeds can sell their women's team for an extra 200 million.
There you go.
I like Spencer's optimism there. I'm choosing Spencer's optimism. Is that the Leeds women's team, which are like a 4th or 5th tier women's team, to qualify the actual quality we're talking about, it's worth 200 million. When that's what Chelsea got for theirs, which is actually won things.
Equality, sir. Equality.
Yeah.
Pure equality.
Are you saying the worth has something only to do with trophies? Is that it? The only thing? Because right now, if you were to buy, multiple teams, they'd be worth like $1 billion. They may have not won anything in the last couple of years. So it's not about winning all the time. It's about like the Leeds women are probably really good.
It's really not. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure the Chelsea women's team would give the Leeds United women's team a bit of a shellacking.
Tom, could the NXT women's locker room beat the Leeds?
It's certainly possible.
Yeah.
Even without knowing the rules of the football, I'd still fancy the women of the wrestling. Anyway, sorry, Gary, what was you going to say?
We got a question here. It's for all of us. It's from Steven. He says, how good is Eze at tracking back if he's on the left wing compared to Martinelli? For me, that decides who's the starter. I hope that's not the reason why we don't start Eze as a left wing. I hope that's not the reason. You know what? Having, at least for me, I guess, I don't know if I'm jumping the gun here, but having Zubimendi, Rice, and Erdogan in the midfield, for me, means we don't have to. We're not going to be as weak as we need to be, and the wings have to track back like you're talking about. If like that's been our problem all the time. We're like Martinelli can play because he can track back. Well, guess what? We need to score goals as well. I'd rather be up 2-0 and then scream at Eze for not tracking back. Then guess what? We're up 1-0. But we're able to keep it close because Martinelli can track back. That's how I feel about that.
So tell me something, Gary. When you have 6 elite players at the back, why do you need your?
I just said we're going to have a midfield of Zubimendi, Rice, and Erdogan. We probably, hopefully, are going to be even stronger on our defense now.
I've got serious answers to this.
Yeah,
and I can qualify this because I've seen a lot of his. Back in the championship when he was at QPR, he never tracked back. And if I was a QPR fan, I'd have been furious.
Okay.
Tom's decided.
Yeah, I'm taking Eze, and if we have to start on the left wing, I'm doing it. I'm ignoring everything you just said. As I just said, I'd rather be up 2-0 and then be screaming at my wing for not tracking back than being struggling to get a goal and then going. But guess what? We track back really well. And as Tony just said, our back four with a midline, a midfield of what we have. We should be able to control games. Most games. Huh?
I just went with the back four, the defensive midfielder, and the goalkeeper.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the problem we had, right? I believe is our midfield wasn't playing up to par, and that was weakening everything, and that's why Martinelli had to track back.
Yeah, to me, like I said, it's with the players you have, the offensive players can be up there very often.
We're not losing games because our defense is porous.
Yeah.
So for me,
We're losing games if we don't score enough.
Exactly. So for me, if we make our attack stronger, guess what? They won't have to track back as much because teams will be concerned about that, right?
Because you're going to give up an odd goal here and there in these games. Most of the goals we gave up were like the freakish, like you're going to have lapses in judgment. But if you score 2 or 3, you can make those mistakes and still end up being on top of things.
Yeah.
A lot of them were attack you seen against PSG, where they're just like a half or a quarter chance, and you just rifle the ball through there. And then
Yeah, but when you're playing, like if that we said it, if Partey starts that first game, Dembele doesn't get that shot off. He doesn't get that shot off. Rice saw it,
That's crazy.
didn't stop it. Right? That's the only goal that was scored in that game.
And it was one of those goals that was, I don't think always goes in if everybody shoots it.
Yeah, no, I mean, from where he shot it from, that's not something that happens all the time. But if we have an Eze on the other side, he might be scoring that goal on the other side, right?
Yep.
Or Moreno might be sitting there to head it in, all right? Little things, little differences in the play, right? Eze will take that shot, all right? So I think, as much as we talk about tracking back as a defender, I feel sometimes your best defense is your offense, and our offense wasn't as threatening. Thus, teams could stay in games against us. We saw it against late in the season. Right? We're playing Bournemouth? I think not Bournemouth. I think it was playing Crystal Palace. We let those teams back into the game. 2 up on Aston Villa. We let them back in the game. We drew. Why? Because we couldn't close out the game. We go 2-2, and we look like we're going to score late in the game, but it's too late then, and we don't have an answer coming off the bench. We didn't want to use in where, right?
Why are you tapping him? You're a dog. You don't need a tap dance.
He's talking to his dog. Oh, yeah. All right, our left-hand side is bad because Martinelli and Trossard are limited. Rice is not a creative playmaking 8. The left back inverting doesn't help.
Do you not talk to your dogs, Gary?
Not while I'm doing a show.
That's a fair answer.
My dogs have manners. They don't interrupt me while I'm doing a show.
Yeah, they don't bark and whine and cry and do all other things.
My dog has manners.
Sorry, just I'm just saying. I'm telling you how it is over here. How it was over here.
The implications of what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay.
No, tracking back. Yeah, it causes burnout. But I think if we have a deep bench, even if they had to track back, we can pull them with 30 minutes to go if they're hitting the red line. We can't do that right now. Arteta looks at his bench. He don't want to pull anybody off the bench and get him to go in. He has to look at his bench and go, I have answers across the board. All 3 lines.
You say Arteta doesn't want to pull anybody off?
No.
That's certainly not PG where I come from, but that's not.
Oh, jeez. Your mind's in the gutter. You're a dirty old man. Eze needs freedom.
I'm not going to deny that, but still.
Yeah. Don't think we need a left wing that tracks back when we're going to have Zubimendi and Rice. See, I believe these guys are agreeing with me.
No, we're saying we don't need one.
We don't need Martinelli. Martinelli isn't going to help us get across the line. All his tracking back doesn't help us right now.
That's all I said. It's like, why do you need him?
That's why if we could sell him, we sell him. The last 2 years, I think, have proved that we should be able to sell them. Yeah. Martinelli's a much better offensive player when he plays inside and not required to track back. That's how he scored 15 goals. Yeah, and and that was what that was with Xhaka up there, and hopefully Xhaka. I know it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be Rice, but if Erdegaard is playing up there and they can push him forward, maybe he'll be that guy that creates the madness up there.
That was an overloaded left that leaves you weak at left back because you don't want to play a back three, so you give up goals there.
Yeah, but you know what? When your left side is weak, they don't care what you do over there because more than likely nothing happens, and that's when you don't have a threat on the left side. Martinelli doesn't pose a threat. They don't even care. The right side they care. The left side they didn't care. Even one-on-one they didn't care. If that's as a one-on-one on the left side, I think we're happy. We're going to take that.
I don't know if that's completely true.
I think we'll take that. Martinelli on the left side the last couple of seasons hasn't done it for us.
I don't think he doesn't scare people. I think everything he does outside the box is exceptional. With that being said, Eze probably has a better final product. It's something you'd probably rather have on your team. But if you had a 1-2 punch of Eze and Martinelli, it's a really good 1-2 punch. It's a good rotation. Eze, of course, being your number one pick all times. But you have Eze wear you out on the right side for about 70 minutes, and you throw Martinelli to go crazy for another 25. That's a lot of problems for teams.
So why are you doing that when you have Laneri that can score a goal basically every
Because I still think Onwari is my right side with Saka. That's how I view it.
Well, not now. Madueke is the right side.
They're going to have to compete for that position.
I think you put 50 into him. That's why I didn't want to do the 50.
Well,
you put 50 into him, so you're showing your urgency and your priority and your finances when you do that. The same way we put 65 into Erdogan and Kai Havertz, and everybody's like, well, he's going to have to play, right? We put a lot of money into him. If we're not going to play him, then we're wasting our money.
Depends.
No, it doesn't depend. That's just true.
Well,
you bought Rice for 100. You think he doesn't get to play?
Madueke is a day one starter.
No. I'm saying when you put, you're saying he sits behind. He competes with Ethan and Wary, and I'm feeling he's our right wing, and Wary possibly plays right behind. It will play behind Erdegaard, and that's where he'll get his minutes. He can play on the left side. He can play on the right side if needed.
That's a possibility too.
But I mean, that's where he can play on that. He can play behind Erdegaard.
Well, then that makes sense.
That's how I would use him. That's why I didn't. I wanted a legit right wing, and then you use Nweri in that midfield.
That gives you two at every position, though, doesn't it?
That's what I want. Tony, it's about Tony, it's about style. If we play the Arteta ball the last 2 seasons, we will struggle. If we play like we did when Arteta ball was dumped for the last 18 2 years ago, we are a huge threat. Yeah.
When's Jesus back?
We don't care right now.
I really don't know when he comes back.
Supposedly November is the date it says he comes back.
He's been spotted in training out there. So.
Yeah. I don't think he traveled, so I don't think he's at the point where he's part of the first team in that sense. So I think he's still in recovery. I think he's still in rehab.
Just keep him in a dark room until January, sell him, and let Arteta know.
I think it might be tight for Eze to sign, but he might be able to make the trip. So, like, he might not be on the plane as they go up, but he possibly could be taking a flight later to meet up with the team. So, but they're definitely working on it. So we'll see. If we have a deep squad, then we can rotate and we can do the pressing for most games for sure. Think about the pressing we could do. You've got Erdegaard doing the pressing, and then say he gets tired and you want to bring in. I don't want to do this, but you bring in Havertz and continue to do the pressing because we know Havertz will press.
But if you're already up 2 or 3 goals, what's it matter?
It don't matter. Then you bring in Nweri and shut it out and close it down. Close it out.
Can Havertz shut it down for you?
I like.
Good down.
I want because I want
Going
Nweri to
way
close it out.
down.
I think Nweri is the better player. I know everybody says he'll be potentially the better player when it's all said and done, but we'll see. We got Rich 99 in the house. Thanks for joining us. He says big up, panel, big
So,
chat. Yeah.
out of what two players? Who would be the better player? So, what two?
I think Nweri and versus Kai Havertz.
I know the answer to that, and I've compiled that through years of data.
We have no years of data, but go ahead.
Years of data, and Nweri or Kai Havertz, the better player will obviously be Junior Firpo.
See, that's the nonsense that comes out of your mouth.
Don't blame me. Don't blame me.
Yeah.
It's Tom. Can you ask Barry?
Yeah. I don't think there's any. We're not talking to Barry. We are not talking to Barry.
Barry, the big balls AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barry.
Yeah. So we kind of covered everything that's going on. We possibly will have 5 players come flight time. 5 new players. I think that's I don't know what you guys think, but that's a good job. People say you should have done it faster, but I don't know. Don't know if you could. Seems like everybody said July is when it's going to happen. This happened in July, with 2 weeks or 14 days into July, and we've got potentially 5 players coming in, with the 6 possibly closer.
Everybody, for some reason, was waiting for that new financial year. I don't get why they're doing it this year. But...
Yeah. Well, it's always been that, Tony. We didn't get Rice until later than now, I think.
No, I still don't like to sign players early unless it's one they've agreed 5 months before the window opens up.
July 15th is when we got Rice last time.
Yeah. And if we get Gyökeres all ready to go tomorrow, it'd be close to that. The big signing that we need. All right. Like I said, as long as he's on the plane, we'll be happy. I wanted Eze and Gyökeres to quiet the Madueke noise. That's what I wanted. So we're close to that.
So what disciplinary measures do you think your club should take against Gyökeres for going on strike?
No disciplinary.
Yeah.
I think it says a lot about a player if he's willing to go on strike to force a move.
Arsenal's not going to give him a gentleman's agreement. Let's just say that.
There is a reality here that Tom is right about, and I texted a buddy and I said, I think I said exactly. I said if he will go on strike for them, he will go on strike for us.
Yeah.
That's exactly the point I was getting at, Spencer. He will do that to you to force a move to Real Madrid if need be.
Yeah. And that's why, for me, that's why I said Arsenal needed to.
He said, I want Sesko.
That's why, that's why, for me, I said Arsenal needed to not let it get to that point.
Here's what my buddy said. He said,
if you're dealing with a player, think about it. If you're dealing with a player and you know that there's a possibility they're going to do something like that, you close that deal or you don't deal with it. But they let it happen. So I think they know what they're, to some degree, I assume they know what they're in for.
This is exactly what was said. He goes, I want Sesko, I thought. I said, it's not a good look to refuse to show up. It can happen to us one day with him. He goes, I nearly just said I don't want drama, but they're both drama. I said, it definitely feels dramatic. He goes, Watkins it is. And I said, Watkins and Eze, keep it moving.
As I told you, Watkins will piss me off.
Not me.
6 months too late. 7 months.
Well, we can't really put the two.
No, they are. I am. You can do whatever you want, but I am pissed that we didn't get him when we needed him.
I like how Gary's like, you can do whatever you want. You do whatever you want, Spencer. But then if you were actually put in a situation tomorrow, like Spencer, you are now in Berta's shoes and you're making decisions. Gary wouldn't then soon be sitting there going, "Oh, you can do what you want." Gary would be like, "No, do what I want."
I trust Berto will do a good job. He won't give a gentleman's agreement. And you know what? Players who turn on Arsenal are let go. So we wouldn't even, we've seen that. So
It is something
Yeah.
that it could happen one day.
no, it could happen, and then it will happen no matter what you do. No matter what you do, you can be the perfect club. A player eventually will probably say, "I don't care."
It
It happens
hap-
all the damn time to every team. Sometimes you hear about it, sometimes you don't.
It happened with the last number 14 we signed, not including the one that went on loan for Tom's team. And he doesn't count. But
Yeah. Yeah. Let's
Well,
hope we get a few
yeah.
trophies out of him
if
before he
you're,
on. Yeah.
you're
I don't.
Emmerich like
I don't
this,
think. I don't think he's leaving. I don't think he's leaving like that. So. Lonzo, you and Lonzo and Spencer agree on something. So there you go. You've got Spencer in your corner. He likes the Watkins deal.
A lot of people like the Watkins deal.
Yeah.
I
Rosie
like-
says, make sure you're smashing the likes and subscribe. We're at the 80-minute mark here, folks. So yeah.
Gary's already pushed his eject button.
That was. I'm sorry I put that up there.
I'm sorry, guys, but I've got to go to little boy's room.
I'm sorry I did that, folks.
Hi, everybody. I'm Michael Jackson.
This is stupid.
Why does it sound like we have Mr. Hanky?
Yeah, something going on there. Oh, you know what? Oh, I didn't. Did I do it? You know what? Let's see if I
Nope.
did it. I didn't do it. Oh man, guys.
What?
Let's see if I did it or not. I don't think I did. I made some. No, won't do it. Won't do it. I do like this little video here. When that guy's walking, things are happening. So, Bert is, I believe, is doing what he's doing a good job. So yeah. So, check out the shows, as Rosie says here.
I must go now. My planet needs me.
There you go. Oh, you know what you didn't say?
Shalom, motherfucker. Shalom.
That's just. Can't believe we have to have a segment like that. It's just so stupid. Even though I like it. Even though I like it. Yeah. No, like I said, once Eze's in the house, then I'll feel a little bit better. But I think we'll still need one more player, at least one more player, on the attacking side. But we need to sell.
Ask one more serious question.
Oh,
And it's
boy.
similar to the one I asked on Saturday.
So it can't be that.
Genuinely serious question, but the answer may have changed since then. So, if Leeds United did happen to defeat Arsenal on the second Saturday of the season, is Arteta in trouble?
No.
I still think he could be gone before the October international break.
Okay, fair enough.
It depends. It depends.
It always does.
I mean,
If he's negative 10 in the goal difference, then he's probably doing a bad job.
If it's a start like 2021 was, where we're getting pounded 5-0 against Man City, yeah, he's gone.
I don't see that happening, but
I don't either.
That's the only way. But if it's like one of these crazy, we've lost 2 games in a row, 1-0 because we can't score.
Yeah.
Then I don't see that being all his problem. Especially if Gyökeres is playing and Eze is playing and Saka is playing and Erdogan is playing and Zubimendi and Rice are all playing. So yeah. You know what? Yeah, Mr. Tom's gonna hate Bane in a Leeds game.
Wait, why? Why do you call him Bane?
That's a celebration when he scores.
Oh, what? So he puts on a mask and does a shit accent where you can barely understand what he's saying?
He
That's
just goes like this.
He just uses his hands.
Does he sit there and go, "Rah, I live in the dark"?
I don't know if he does that. And if he does, it's probably in a language you don't understand.
The shadows dictate,
Mr. Tom, something here.
Mr.
What
Bond.
made you fall Leeds when you're a Southerner?
Because he hates himself. Just kidding. I'm sorry.
You gotta get back to the fucking North Pole. Well, what else?
Gary, unleash the bingo card where I tell everyone go fuck themselves.
Oh, I gotta find it. Just a second.
It's
Where
on
is-
there. It's
No.
definitely there.
It's definitely there. Let's see. Oh, I can't read this. I wish they.
Hang on, I'll find it.
I don't know if it's this one. Oh no, it's not that one. That didn't happen today. That's not that one either. Oh, here we. Oh no, it's not that one. No, not that one. I don't see it.
Sam hasn't added it.
I thought he said he added it, but I didn't see it there. I did all. That's all the ones I saw.
Yeah, no, I can see. So to actually answer your question, it's quite simple because my dad was a season ticket holder of Leeds United between 1960 something and 1984.
There you go.
Nice.
All right, Rosie's going to bed. Have a good night, Rosie. We'll see you on the next one. Yeah, everybody's saying hello. We still need a left wing and Eze. Yeah, I'm with you on that. We never ever maximize one window with Arteta. If you don't fully complete one, you will always need 5 or 6 players every window. I always said we needed 10. Right now we're at 5. We get 6 and maybe 7.
There's
think
no
we-
way we're getting 10 players.
No, but you know what? One of those players could be, for example, Dalman coming in. Right, that would get you to 8. Right, and we're close to that 10 mark. So you may not you get close. Dalman, we playing. I saw there were a lot of youngsters that went to Spain that I don't know. So breaking news: Pedro Pascal to play Bane. These seasons. There you go.
I'd be fucking furious if that was the case.
He wouldn't watch the movie.
Man,
I'm debating whether to watch the Fantastic Four this week.
you have to.
No, you don't. They fucked up 5 times already. They don't need to go for the 6th time.
Well, he has to make sure they did and properly, and he'll take a look at it and let us know.
Too late, Gary.
That's what he does, right, Mr. Tom?
That is kind of what I do, but Tony is also right that they do have a history of basically fucking up the Fantastic Four routinely.
So which one did you like, or so which one did you like?
What do you mean?
So you don't like any of them? Is that what we're saying? We don't like any of the
What of
Fantastic
the
Four?
Fantastic Four movies?
Yeah.
Well, none of them are perceived to be good in general. In fact, they're generally so bad that they basically then not make others for another 15 years at a time, or 10 years at a time. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see one this quick after the last one.
Yeah. I don't know what this means.
Wrestling.
Your cousin is Mark Henry. Interesting. He's a big fella.
Mm-hmm. Give me Eze, and I'm beyond happy. See, there you go. Biscana gets Eze. You don't care if we get any other left wing. I think we need to get more attacking.
Oh, it's
But,
not like
yeah.
zombies cut down.
Me and Mark Henry are twins.
Oh, is that right? You got the same hairstyle?
Yeah, that's one of the similarities.
Mm. Fantastic Four should be a series. Mr. Tom, I watched the match between Leeds and Sheffield Wednesday. What a great match.
Tom can pull 2 Airbuses at the same time, like Mark Henry.
A movie can't capture the Fantastic Four. All right.
It does suit itself for being a series over a movie.
Yeah. If we do not get Gyökeres for sake of $5 million, the blame will be with our coach here. Now, Rich, I think we're past that now. It's just a matter of some paperwork. And
It's done. It's happening.
It was always going to happen regardless, but I think it's definitely done now. It's just a matter of dotting the dotting the T's and crossing the I's, essentially.
Yep.
So he will be here. My hope is that he's here before, like I said, before the weekend.
If you're going to put any energy into a transfer, being upset that transfer never happened, be upset that you never convinced Junior Firpo to sign for you.
Yeah, that's money well spent by not spending on him.
Thanks, Tom, for making me choke on my coffee.
Why are you picking on Firpo, Gary? What's he done to you?
You keep bringing him up when you don't need to, and that's why.
It's almost like a personal responsibility to turn everything into Junior Firpo.
No, somebody does want to do that, and it's not me.
Who is that person, Gary?
It's you, Mr. Tom. It's you.
I just wanted to confirm it. But also wanted to confirm one other specific thing that I'm sure you won't mind me saying.
Oh, boy.
Because I don't know if you know this, Gary, but I find a lot of what you're saying to me a bit racist.
There you go, folks. The bingo card. You got that one. That one is customarily happens every show.
So did Tom? Did Gary pick it because he thought you were Rick Davis?
What?
Yeah, he liked him in Willow.
He was fading out towards for me.
Liked him in Star Wars.
Did anybody get that? Because I didn't.
I heard the word Willow in Star Wars. I'm guessing he was saying something about Warwick Davis, one of two midget actors that continually get work somehow.
Oh, he's one of the Ewoks?
Warwick Davis was an Ewok in Return of the Jedi, I believe.
Okay. There you go.
He also hosts a quiz in England called Tenable.
Yeah. Because I know there is the actor that was R2D2, right?
Yeah.
They showed like the picture of all of the characters without their costumes on, and one was R2D2. It was a little person. So yeah.
Yeah. We I don't hang out with him, nor do we go to midget conventions together.
That's little people conventions. We're PC over here. Remember?
Oh, of course we are, Gary. Of course we are.
At least I try to be.
Out of excitement.
Yeah, talking good. I'm not putting your message up there because I don't like that guy.
Tom, what happened to little people actually?
Yeah. Looks like Lonzo's gone. Lunchtime is almost. He's saying lunchtime is almost over. You having lunch at 9 o'clock, or it's just o'clock?
9 o'clock.
Or 8 o'clock, whatever. What is it? 7 o'clock there.
Whatever
But yeah, no. Chelsea winning kind of upset me a little bit. Anybody upset with the Chelsea win? I was hoping they would lose.
I was disappointed because I anticipated them getting an absolute battering, and they didn't. It was quite the opposite.
Yeah. I think PSG kind of hit the wall.
Yeah,
I mean,
Donnarumma could have standed to play that worse against us.
Yeah, they were perfect for a month or two. They hit the wall against the wrong team, as you said.
I think their conduct after the game though showed a lot of basically they're a great team because they've been winning, but as soon as it went wrong for them. Luis Enrique is trying to choke Chelsea players. Don't get me wrong, I want to choke Chelsea players, but at the same time, I'm not a professional athlete. So
yeah, that didn't. That did not look good. Initially, I thought he was trying to break it up. Then I'm like, next thing I know, I'm looking, I'm like, dude, you're starting this. What are you doing?
Yeah,
genuinely pathetic.
Because initially, I thought it was Donnarumma who was actually starting it, but he wasn't. I mean,
it was definitely pathetic. I watched the first half of the game. And
all right, Lonzo.
I stopped. Well, I think once it was
the women's final was a little different. That's a totally different situation. You've got a young lady in there who's battled through a lot. Finally gets to a final, and meets the wrong player.
I'll say
a former number one player. She was playing the former number one player. That's not the same.
I'll say something that a lot of people are going to say is disgusting, and I shouldn't say, but I think he should be thoroughly ashamed of his conduct. I think his daughter would have been thoroughly ashamed of his conduct.
Yep. Yeah.
Because basically, whenever they win, when they've done well recently, all the media was like, because of his daughter, that obviously got ill and died, things like that. And obviously, it's nothing against her, but obviously, that's the thing they've brought up to be like how well he's done and they've done. And then he goes and chokes a Chelsea player because he lost. It's like she would be fucking disgusted.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you outside of the flowerful language, the premise is correct. Like, you know what? You did not show well for yourself and others, for sure.
Yeah.
Grillo also get he got his hair pulled again. And they actually did call the red for that one, right?
Was that actually red?
I think it was a yellow turned into a red, right? That's how the player got.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not saying like it was. It was just I remember seeing it, but then thinking it was so close to the end of the game, I didn't know whether they actually bothered to send him off because
It wasn't the end. I don't think
was
it really the end of the game. I thought there was at least 30, 40 minutes still left in the game.
You may be right. I may have just seen a replay of it near the end of the game. Actually, you're probably right, and I'm probably misremembering it. But
I think for me, I think the referee gave a yellow, but I think he could have easily just given a damn red. I mean, I think sometimes they give the yellow so he can get looked at, but in reality, I think you got to just make that call. I mean, you can't be pulling a player's hair like that. I mean, come on.
Poor Cucurella said no one ever.
Yeah.
I mean, he can cut his hair, you know. That's
if Sideshow Bob was a real person, he would actually look at him and go, "Oh, I don't want him being compared to me. He's a scumbag."
Oh yeah. See, Tiger and Gouda said he was actually placed in an order. It wasn't really the red card. So, for his McDonald's, he wanted to make sure he had that. Yeah. No, as you said, PSG. Well, here's the thing: every aspect of PSG was poor. So yes, Donnarumma wasn't good, but their attack was porous as well. Even when they had breakaways and all of that, it just wasn't as crisp as it has been in the past. All right. So I'm gonna it was a total. I think the team as a whole hit the wall as opposed to different aspects of the team.
I agree.
Because everything about the team did. Everybody said their midfield was going to be. It would be a battle of the midfields. Nope. No,
I felt PSG were dominating the game, but then the second Chelsea actually just scored the first goal, it killed the game because then everything, basically the game totally turned on its head, and then Chelsea just started bombarding them. But every time Chelsea bombarded them, they scored.
Yeah.
And in that little window where they scored like 2 or 3 goals for half time.
Anybody think João Pedro will continue his scoring when the Premier League starts up?
I hope not. I suspect he might.
Yeah.
That's the problem I have with Chelsea is they miss somebody like him, and they got him now. And if he plays like that, I don't think he'll have the same opportunities, but
I think they're going to be a problem this year.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're going to be a good enough problem to trump.
It's going to come down to depth, and I believe for them once again.
I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, it's going to come down to depth, and I'm ignoring you because I really don't.
I didn't even mean it. I'm tired, dude. I just said.
You know what? Somebody said something about going to
9:15,
so we're getting close there. So you know what we're going to do?
Paper, scissors.
We've hit the 100-minute mark, so we are going to. Hey, the lights just flickered. Everybody get to your seats. Put your seatbelt on. We are coming in for a landing.
We're landing the plane.
Yes, get down. Mr. Tom, sit down. Buckle your seatbelt. Spencer, you can get your suitcase later. Tony, why are you rolling around the ground?
I can barely stand up.
All right, we're gonna have everybody say their goodbyes and get out of here. Tony, tell the people.
Some of us have to exist in someone.
Yeah. Tony, tell the people what they can do.
They can go rewatch some of the wrestling shows they did this weekend, especially yesterday. The women were really good. Better event than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be really good, but not that good.
Cool. Did you watch the boxing as well, the all women's card? Did you watch that?
I did not watch that. I was too busy.
That was on Netflix,
busy
wasn't it?
week for wrestling and fighting, I guess. I don't know what it was on, but I know they were pushing that out there. All women's card. Pretty busy. I think was it in MSG? I think it was busy.
Yeah,
Eh,
it
yeah.
was. It
Anything
was.
else? Yeah, anything else, Tony?
Nope.
All right, Spencer. Talk to the people.
See you later, everybody.
Bye,
That's it.
Spencer.
All right, and
I'm
Mr.
proud of
Tom,
this.
what say you?
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for tolerating my my impromptu entrance. I didn't even put myself in the show. It just seemed to randomly do. Anyway, it's not the point.
I was wondering why you didn't knock. You just burst the dope, and
Apparently, when you go through the desktop on your browser, just automatically puts me in through my phone. Anyway, thank you, everyone. Good night, and go fuck yourselves.
All right, so there you go, everyone. Steven says, great as always. Guys, have a good one. Thank you very much. Tiger and Goodness says, great show, lads, from the down under. Rich says, big up to Steve. Big up to Tiger and Guna. Big up. When's the next live stream, Gary? Yeah, it'll be on Saturday. Hopefully, I think the players will be taking off. So we'll be chatting, hopefully, about who's on the plane. And and hopefully it's Eze and Yokerez. So everybody, thank you again for joining us. Hit the like, subscribe, and all of that. We'll be back on Saturday chatting it up about hopefully some more Here You Goes. Officially, we haven't got the Eucharist Here We Go because of the last bit of paperwork. But it's supposed to come, and then Eze, hopefully that gets sorted out quickly. So we shall see. But once again, everybody, thanks for joining us. We'll do this again. Everybody, good night, and I'll see you on the next one.
Life is a journey. Don't waste your trip. Enjoy the ride.